Hello, people, or is it sheeple? I think it's sheeple, basically. Because 999 people out of 1,000, everything they believe is a lie. I just got through mowing my lawn. I have a large ant bed right in the middle of my lawn. I just went over it with the lawnmower and just let it sit there for a couple of minutes. That ought to wipe them out, you know, take care of that. That happens occasionally. But I've got a video on here how to get rid of ants. There is a way to get rid of those things. Okay, what I wanted to talk about is everybody a damn liar? I'm seeing so many videos. Here's one that's a big lie. It's like, zoom in on the moon. You can see to where that the flag, from 1969 is still there, but it fell down. And because it's 300 degrees on the moon, it burned the face of the flag off, and it's just blank now, but it's lying there. Oh my God. Everybody is a liar about everything. I've made these kind of videos for, I'm going to keep telling you, after you people die physically and your spirit is free, and then there's many spirit dimensions based on you, your actions, and how you are. You're going to go be with your own type, whoever you are. If you do people wrong, you're going to be wronged in some spirit dimension. But here's something you're going to find out that all of you, you're just making fools out of yourself because you've allowed yourself to be bullshitted. The last 100 years, or not quite 100 years, everybody has been bullshitted with lies. Let me tell you something. There was never a flag on the moon or men on the moon. Because I'm going to tell you a fact right now. And if you don't believe it, okay, keep on being an idiot. Go ahead. Be my guest and be an idiot. But I pity you because I'm ahead of you. The moon is only 30 to 40 miles away from us. It's not a planet. It is translucent. It is a light. Almighty God put that there. It's a night light. That's all it is. It has no solidness. There's no back of the moon. It's not solid. Okay. With your eyes, you can look at the moon at night, and if you have clouds, you can see clouds float behind the moon. Because here's a fact: they say that's an optical illusion. No, it's not. See, the highest clouds can only float 55 miles above the ground of the earth. All right. Anytime a cloud floats in front of the moon, it's going to blur out the brightness of the moon. It's going to cover it at least partially. If you see a cloud and it looks like it's going behind the moon and it doesn't dim the moon at all, it did go behind the moon. Why? Because the moon is only 30 to 40 miles away. And here's where you people you're all idiots. Most all of you are idiots. Some people know what I'm talking about. Some people are intelligent like I am. Take this video as an insult. Go ahead, hate me. But hell, hate me because I'm telling you the truth. The highest thing that's ever gone up into our sky, the highest thing that's ever gone up into our sky is a military fighter jet. And the highest any military fighter jet has ever been able to go up is 16 miles. And a rocket can't even go a third of what a military fighter jet can go. Because you figure, uh, a military jet can glide for a while. then it can zoom upwards. You know, you see, a rocket can't do that. It goes up so far, it's going to curve and come back down. A rocket, like the one they launched in '69 and others, they went up about 6, 7 miles. And then they came back down at an angle. But here's why most of you didn't see it. Those were made out of wood, wood, plywood, plywood, about a quarter-inch thick plywood. And then they painted white over that to make it look pretty and all that. So see, whenever the exhaust, which all that was gunpowder and fuel to make it maintain like a Jet A fuel. Okay, that's all it was. Once you get up in the atmosphere so far, so well, what it is, the wood would dissolve. It would just dissolve, and then it'd be gone. Gone, gone. So you people have been made idiots out of now for all these years. You believe all this bullshit. You believe that these pyramids in Giza were made 5,000 years ago. People, I can tell you when those pyramids were built. I can tell you when they were built because the record still exists. Because I do have some Egyptian acquaintances. And do you know that in Cairo it's illegal to have a picture that was made before the year 1900? Because they know that any picture before 1900, the pyramids are not going to be there. Or before, like 1890, or you're going to see the construction crew with heavy equipment that built that junk in Giza. See, people never resided there, y'all. They resided in Cairo. Giza is a desert. Why would they live there when they can be in Cairo? See, that's why the Long Bridge was built. Before that, they would make rafts and boats to go to Cairo. See, where you had greenery. You know, I mean, these are realities. Okay, I'm going to tell y'all when those Giza pyramids were built. They started the construction of the Giza pyramids in the year 1888, and they were completed by the year 1892. And the same heavy equipment that was used to build that junk was used to build Manhattan City, and where Manhattan City was completed in the year 1908. And guess what? Manhattan City had 400 square miles of concrete underground city in the year 1898. How about that? So none of that in Giza, Egypt, people, is a mystery. That junk is only about 130 years old. Those pyramids are made out of down concrete. It was done with heavy equipment. It's just concrete, people, is all it is. And big blocks weren't lifted and stacked. What it is, that they used wood boards is the encasement, and they would set up on each layer, and then they would pour the concrete into that. So, and then when the concrete died, they would break away the wood. See, that's how they built the levels up like that. That way it wasn't necessary, to use a crane to lift, each block. It's just concrete, people. And it's already been found there was nothing inside those stupid pyramids. It's just BS. It's a bunch of damn lies. Oh, let me tell you something about the Sphinx. That piece of junk was made at the same time. Here's why water eroded stone is on the back, people. Okay, rock on the bank for the Giza long bridge that goes to Cairo had to be blasted out and a lot of it broken out. Again, explosives and heavy equipment was used. The same equipment to build Manhattan City, New York. All right. That water eroded stone It was transported by barge and then used for the back of the Sphinx. So it was available to use, so it was done. Okay? But think, how could, if the Sphinx is older than the pyramids, and the pyramids are wind eroded, but they're younger than the Sphinx, well, then how could the rock on the back of the Sphinx still be water eroded, even though it was older than the Giza pyramid? You see, the water erosion would have changed and become wind erosion. See, you people, you don't use your damn brain. God gave you a brain to think with. Or you can talk to Jesus Christ, he will give you the answer. There is also, people, there is no satellites. There is no space station. It doesn't exist. Because, people, there is no outer space. What you have, we have a firmament dome over the earth. Admiral Byrd found in the 1950s. Okay, there's a firmament dome. All right, it's 80 miles up, approximately 80 miles up. The stars were directly under it at about 70 miles up. The stars were not balls of fire either. Guess what, people? Spirits, angels. But see, Satan knocked those stars out of the heavens about 12 years ago. Don't y'all remember? And it says that in Revelation, but see, you people don't read the King James Version Bible. You don't read it. You read other versions that is mixed with half truth and half lies. You need to read the original because when I was only in the third grade and I knew how to read, I understood what I would read in the Bible. So it's understandable. It doesn't have to be revised or changed or anything. And it does say in the back of Revelation, the end of the Bible, it says, for anybody that shall change any part of these writings, so shall your torment in hell be added to. There you go. You can't do that, people. You cannot do that. But go ahead, believe as you will. Here's some examples. If there were satellites, why would AT&T be still using telephone poles, fiber optics, and all this crap? Why would they be doing that? And why are all satellite dishes at an angle? There's ground towers, people, ground towers. There is no satellite floating around up above. And if there was these things, as they say, you would have seen those things launched off. And what would keep them from falling down? Fall down on an apartment complex or, a bunch of houses. What would keep that from happening? You see, it's bullshit, people. Wake up. Wake up. Let's see, what am I forgetting? I've told y'all, I've been telling you people this stuff for years and years and years. You're going to find out that I'm right after you die. You're going to find out that Satan has been playing you people for idiots now for all your damn lives. There's people in their 90s that die every day or in their 80s. And they go to their grave, die, believing that there was damn satellites and some humans went to a moon. People, there's no moon to land on. That is a light. It's translucent. What is the medium gray figures on the moon? I'll tell you, people. That's a reflection of the land on the earth, you dummies. That's what that is. But, keep being stupid. And I've also tried to tell y'all in many videos I put in here about how you're being scammed about motor oils, all the lies of marketing. But you people believe what you're told, and as each generation passes, the new generation believes the lies that were told to others that believed it, and they think of it as being a fact. See, and that is what Hitler said. He said if you tell enough lies, eventually people will start to believe it, and the following generation will definitely believe it because they believe it. So there you go. But later, I'm happy and I'm aware of the truth. The answer is Jesus Christ, people. It's Jesus Christ. Quit worrying about stupid things. Nobody should also worry about. I see a lot of videos about is this person autistic? Don't worry about shit like that. People, if you pray to Jesus Christ, he'll take care of it. There's your medicine right there. Believe in Jesus Christ. But you people don't believe it because you've never gotten close to Jesus Christ because you do wrong. You don't do right. Anyway, later. Okay. Bye bye.